Hello, good morning, and welcome to Coshocton TV, our live talk show called Now You're Talking. I am your host this time, Kirby Hasseman, and so welcome once again to Now You're Talking. Today, joining us, we have Jenny Wilson, who is very nice to join us today to tell us about, I guess we could say, an interesting ordeal you've been going through here for the last, obviously months, but years, and we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to hear a little bit about this ordeal. For those who don't know, obviously there's been stories in the paper and obviously here on Coshocton TV as well, but for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about what you've been going through.
First of all, Kirby, thank you. I appreciate the pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. Just like you said, I've thrown my name and things out there simply because my whole goal is to make people understand and realize you do not have to be deceased to be a donor, and it does increase the quality of life that you give to people. I had both kidney and pancreas transplant back in 2006, diagnosed with diabetes, type 1 diabetes when I was 4. So I basically have lived with this all of my life. Nutrition, health, the whole taking care of yourself and your body has always been a part of my life. Thank goodness for modern day medicine. It's made things possible to receive a pancreas and a kidney. Unfortunately, 3 years after I received the kidney, the first time it failed, just wasn't a perfect match. So I then got on a list, waited 3 more years, again, for another kidney. Received that February 23rd of 2012. So July 23rd will be a 5-month milestone, which I'm really excited and feeling great about.
That's really great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So it's been almost 5 months. How are you feeling? How's it going?
Wonderful. It is. I've told my husband, Chris, many times, it's sad that I felt so sick and didn't realize how actual sick I was until I started feeling better. And it's really sad that it gets to that you have to feel rock bottom crummy before you realize I was really sick, because it's a gradual thing every day. So I have much more energy. I feel good. Get up in the morning. I'm ready to go. Let's go to it.
That's fantastic. That's really great. Tell us about, I mean, obviously, being through the years of ordeal, this specific transplant. Tell us a little bit about how that experience went and how successful it was.
Sure. The first transplant I did was by a deceased donation. Okay. The second one, I was part of a national organ donation swap. So basically, I had somebody wanting to donate for me. We were not a perfect match. So rather than just scrapping the whole idea, they allowed my donor to be put into a pool of people to find somebody that they would match. On the receiving end of that, somebody out there also needed a kidney, wasn't a perfect match, so their donor, then they try to pair everybody up. There was actually 8 people involved in our swap. Wow. So my donor was wonderful. I have a lot of antibodies from the first transplant, so therefore it increases my chances of finding a really good match. I received a kidney from someone in Pittsburgh. I don't know a whole lot, haven't gotten in contact with them yet, but they did tell me the match on paper was identical. Then they have to go to the next step, which is a lot of DNA and blood work and things like that, and we passed all those tests. So hopefully so far so good.
That's great.
Everything's working well.
That's really great. Yeah. Now you, had mentioned that, and I guess my perception is this too. You think, okay, well I put on my driver's license, I will donate, when I pass away, but you don't have to wait that long.
That is
I don't think
correct.
everybody knows that.
That's very correct. You don't have to. If you are healthy, within a good age limit, and I'm not sure the exact specifics of it, but the main thing is no high blood pressure, no cancer, no other illnesses or chronic things, and you have a good working good working kidneys, because obviously they're going to take one out. So a lot of people don't realize that. You don't need both kidneys to survive. You need one good one. So in my case, I'm actually on my 4th kidney now. So born with 2, had a replacement, and now we have one that's working. So it's tremendous.
Well, I'm really excited that you're feeling well. I'm sure you are too.
Oh, Mitch.
Okay, so you were talking a little bit about how people can find out information if they want to be a part of this. They want to make a donation if they can. How do they go about that?
The best way is use the internet, get online. I went through OSU. They have a wonderful transplant team. Both times I went through OSU, and OSU was also responsible for the donor swap part of it.
Okay.
That's kind of a new thing. Not everybody has done that, and they're really doing a lot of studies and trying to make it better. So the best way is to go to osutransplant.com or Google it. They will be able to get you in touch with the numbers and people to call. They can answer your questions. There's a lot of testing, a lot of questionnaires. You will go through a clinical session where they will teach you what to expect, what can happen, the pros and cons of it. We're talking body organs here, so there are some downfalls, but I know my donor, when she donated, she was released from the hospital within several days, and she was back to work within a couple weeks. So it is not a month and month and month, months of downtime, so to speak. So.
Well, talk about the ultimate gift. I mean, that's if you are someone who's interested in paying it forward, that certainly would be an amazing way to do it. I believe we also have an 800 number that we're going to put up on the screen that you can call for the OSU transplant. I believe it's 1-800-293-8965. So if you are interested in that, you can contact them. Or as Jenny said, you can also go online and use the magic Google. You can find OSU transplant information. Thank you, Jenny, so much for joining us today. And that's going to wrap up this edition of Now You're Talking. Once again, I'm Kirby Hasseman. You're watching Coshocton TV. Have a great week, everyone.